This is Artificial Intelligence System presented by me, Paige Stagley. So to put it simply, an artificial intelligence system is a computer science model designated to building intelligent systems of computers to be capable of performing tasks that would normally require human intelligence. This all happened shortly after Allied forces broke the Nazis' encryption machine Enigma, which caused mathematician Alan Turing to ask the question in 1950, can machines think? However, even though he asked a question that would change the world that we live in forever, Turing's article, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, only outlined the basics and the goals of what artificial intelligence could be. Turing did not have the technology and knowledge that we have today in order to explain what artificial intelligence is at its core. That is why Stuart Russell and Pierre Norvig, the authors of Artificial Intelligence, A Modern Approach, helps break down the fundamentals of what artificial intelligence is and how it works. They start by the four basic ideas that have defined AI systems through the years: thinking humanely, thinking rationally, and acting humanely, and acting rationally. In the book, Russell and Norvig note that there are mainly four different types of artificial intelligence systems: reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind, and self-awareness. These different types of artificial intelligence systems are used every day, countless by people around the world that may not even realize it. Starting with reactive machines, this is not the most basic AI system that is only perceived to react to the world in front of it. Classic examples of reactive machines are Netflix movie and show recommendations and email filters, such as putting them in spam or other folders. Next, limited memory AI systems uses past data and predictions in order to make an immediate decision. A great example of this would be Siri, Alexa, and other personal assistants that are used every day, as well as self-driving cars. On a different note, theory of mind, an AI system, is just theoretical right now due to the fact that the technology and scientific capabilities have not yet been discovered. Theory of mind uses psychology to comprehend feelings of humans, animals, and other machines to make decisions based on their minds, so that there's a two-way link between humans and machines. The final step of artificial intelligence will be made possible after the theory of mind AI system is established. And this final step is called self-awareness, which is an artificial intelligence that is described as a system that possesses human-level consciousness and understands its own existence in the world. Business Insider did a somewhat running of the algorithms and broke it down so that people would understand. So it takes how many people and takes the data in order to build and run algorithms to predict customer behavior and their trends, because they only have about 90 seconds to convince the user it has something for them to watch. So let's transition into the biases that may come up due to these artificial intelligence systems, such as the cultural, social, or institutional expectations. Some of the most common biases in AI systems are of the underrepresented communities like race and gender, through an example of facial recognition. Here's another example. A person is profiled due to his or her browsing history, personal information, shopping habits, movie and television data, and more. Therefore, this means that the options you see and the choices you make are heavily driven by algorithms. However, there is a question that causes these algorithm biases and how they can be fixed. The article, Algorithm Biases, Why and How You Should Do Computers, Why and How Do Computers Make Unfair Decisions, has been great resources on breaking down algorithm biases, what causes them, as well as why biases are happening, and to make it understandable for the average person. This article elaborates that algorithms are biased for many reasons because they are trained to do tasks based on the past and present decisions of society. To apply certain criteria to reach a decision, fix those criteria based on the data they are fed to train them, and only consider the data they are told to. In addition, algorithms can be biased due to the design and the collection and the selection of data. Since humans and the systems are designed by engineers that only account for a certain selection of the population. Since artificial intelligence systems are supposed to decrease the risk of biases and improve human decision making, such methods cannot always be accounted for due to the trained nature of algorithms since they cannot predict future outcomes. The world of fairness comes up frequently in the article by James Manica, Jake Silberg, and Brittany Preston called What Do We Do About the Biases in AI? This article, there is a proposed technique of counterfactual fairness, which ensures that a model's decisions are in the same counterfactual world where the attributes deemed sensitive, such as race, gender, or sexual orientation, were changed, in order to effectively probe and correct the AI systems for biases. Manica, Silberg, and Preston imposed that more research needs to be done in order to almost completely eliminate biases in algorithms, and will require multidisciplinary perspectives, including from ethics, social scientists, and other humanities thinkers. In the end, most of the biases in AI systems are due to humans and other issues that cannot be solved technically. So, Manica, Silberg, and Preston have elaborated that there are 6 essential steps in order to mitigate biases that society can use. Business leaders will need to stay up to date on the fast-moving field of research, establish responsible processes that can mitigate biases when deploying an AI system, engage in the fact-based conversations around potential human biases, consider how humans and machines can work together to mitigate biases, invest more, provide more data, and take a multidisciplinary approach in biases research while respecting privacy to continue advancing this field, and invest more into diversifying the AI field itself. Manica and Silberg and Preston finished their research article with a very powerful perspective that artificial intelligence can help humans with bias, but only if humans are working together to tackle biases in artificial intelligence. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you learned a little something about artificial intelligence.